Every week for about half an hour, the Tax Talk brings you up to date on matters that bear on taxes and tax administration with specific reference to Lagos State. And this week, like we do every other week, we treat another topic with the help of trained and time-tested experts. This is a Tax Talk, and my name is Oyinlola Sale. Let's check out the business news. Don't go anywhere.
This is business news. To the delight of taxpayers who have continued to recognize the effort of the Lagos State government, the State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has unveiled 60 units of luxurious apartment at Rising Lagos Apartment and inaugurated the 144-unit mixed development project, Greater Lagos Apartment in Amuwodofi, to meet the demand for decent homes in the state. Joined by his deputy, Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, and other members of the state cabinet, the governor said the Rising Lagos Apartment, located in the heart of the city, will offer state-of-the-art facilities and top-notch amenities, setting a new standard for housing in the state. The 10th-floor Rising Lagos Apartment, built in Mile 2, is a 3-block residential development with integrated multi-level parking lots. It consists of 50 units of 3-bedroom flats and 10 units of 2-bedroom flats nestled in the serene Amuwodofi neighborhood. The Greater Lagos Apartment, on the other hand, are a group of composite buildings sited on 18,682 square meters mini estate in Mile 2. The joint venture development has 144 units of apartment comprising 32 unit studios, 61 bedroom and 52 bedroom flats. Mr. Sanwo-Olu said provision of decent accommodation remained the cornerstone of his administration's effort to build in strong families, foster community development, and improve the overall well-being of Lagosians. The governor said the 2 housing schemes were projects inspired by his government's deliberate desire to address the housing deficit in urban areas while making home ownership a reality for the residents. In June, the governor inaugurated 270 units of 2-bedroom flats at the Ego Igondo Mixed Housing Estate, Igondo Ikonto Local Council Development Area. The federal government has approved the exemption of small businesses, manufacturers and farmers from paying withholding tax as a way of reducing the tax burden on businesses. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Mr. Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed this in a statement on his official X handle. According to him, the government has also introduced key changes to the previous tax regime, such as reduction of rate for businesses with low margins and measures to curb evasion. Mr. Oyedele added that President Bola Tinubu has approved the new withholding tax regime for the country, with the official gazette expected to be signed in the coming days. He stated that the ex-while withholding tax system introduced in 1978 had challenges such as the ambiguity necessitated by the increase in transactions that is covered, thereby increasing the list of multiple taxes, inequity, straining the working capital of businesses with low margins. Withholding tax is a method form of collecting income tax in advance, deducted at rate ranging from 5% to 10% based on the transaction. Returns are due by the 21st of the following month. Mr. Oyedele further stated that key changes introduced to the rewritten withholding tax regime include reduced rate for business with low margins, measures to curb evasion and tax avoidance, exemption of small businesses from withholding tax, clarity on the timing of deductions and key terms. And that's it on Business News.
I will make a start shortlist business. They give them 150k to my friends. Let's do this. Taxes? I didn't even think about this. So I'll have to pay tax to build a house in Lagos. Maybe I should take a remote job. That way, I can avoid taxes. But wait though, bloggers and content creators pay taxes too. So tax officials in Lagos monitor digital space for tax payment. Wait, why don't I start importing and exporting of phones and gadgets? Bro, how far now?
Femo, how far?
Bro, I won't join the business where they do.
Oh, smart. You just need money. I hope you have your tax clearance certificate.
Tax? Are you kidding me?
Without it, shishi, you not fit do. You have to visit the nearest tax office.
I can't believe it. There's no way out of this. I have to face my tax obligations if I want to start a life in Lagos.
Dear Lagosians, your taxes enable the government to invest in education, healthcare, security, housing, and many more. By continuing to pay your taxes, you are investing in a brighter future for all. This message is brought to you by the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service, LIRS.
News making the rounds is what you just saw. Right now, we take on Corporate Talk. This segment deals with topical issues with the help of grounded authorities who you can describe as not just seasoned hands, but experts in the field. Today, we want to help you with understanding Lagos State revenue and benefits, how everyone can help. We'll examine the basics and also talk about the roles each stakeholder plays in this very vital collaboration. The special advisor to the governor on taxation and revenue, Mr. Opeyemi Ogungbo, is our guest today. You're welcome to the Tax Talk, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's certainly my pleasure. We've spoken before and we're glad to have you join us again on the show.
Yeah.
Let's start with this. How is revenue generated in Lagos State?
Revenues are generated under two major categories. We have the tax revenue and non-tax revenue. And tax revenue represents about 75% of the revenue that we generate in Lagos, while the 25% represent the non-tax revenue. And examples of this tax revenue includes, but not limited to, everything that has to do with your personal income tax, such as pay as you earn, informal sector, withholding taxes, and the likes. So in some climb, you want to talk about property tax, but that is not applicable because we have a land use charge that's taken over that. And non-tax revenue includes fees, fines, and co, like your land use charge, like your MVAA license, permits for fiscal planning, for building your properties and the likes. So these are basically areas where revenues are generated in Lagos.
How are they utilized?
Revenues are generated through taxes and non-tax revenue. And they are utilized in a number of areas, which includes, but not limited to, free education for our children, good health service, through primary health care services. You have infrastructure such as Lekki-Ekpe Express Road that's been done using concrete materials. And you have interventions, social interventions like free delivery for women, food hubs. So we're now having food hubs are now springing up. We have food markets, Sunday markets. We have infrastructures here and there. You can name it from recently launched blue, red lines. The purple and yellow line is on the way. And you can talk about new infrastructure that is coming up everywhere, which includes bridges, roads. So you can continue to name various areas where our government, especially the present government led by Mr. Babajide Olusegun, where we have judiciously used this revenue that have been generated.
Exploring strategies, what is your recommendation to the state governor on how to increase revenue without overburdening the people of Lagos State?
The first thing that comes to mind is by ensuring that you don't overburden the already paying groups, and so that widening through horizontal range instead of going vertical, and by continuously engaging the people by letting them know and the reasons why they have to pay. reducing the trust, the trust deficit within the people, and leveraging very seriously on technology. Technology in the area of provisioning improvements, encouraging artificial intelligence model that can assist payer and which also give rooms for them to be able to transact or pay to government at the comfort of their home or offices. So by making life easier for the people, because if they are, trying to even pay, you should not make it difficult for them. So these are areas and creative ways of ensuring that we don't overburden the people.
Moving on, we have seen the various impacts of taxes on the development of the state. Shifting our focus to residents, what are your expectations from residents in terms of contributing to revenue generation in Lagos State?
To our good people of Lagos, just in accordance with our PITA, which we call Personal Income Tax Act, which encourages or mandates citizens to fulfill their obligation by declaring their income and paying a certain percentage according to the regulation to the government. So just like our people have been doing, we want to encourage them to continue to play their part, knowing that government has a lot of responsibilities. So we encourage them to continue to pay their part in accordance with the law.
Without a shadow of doubt, getting you to come and talk with us was an inspired decision. Your position gives a unique and valuable point of view on our day's topic. With that said, though, let me crave your indulgence as we quickly take a break. We'll be back to continue this tete-a-tete. It's recess time on the Tax Talk. When we get back, more questions for Mr. Opeyemi Ogungbo. Do stay with us.
Have you had a hard time with taxes and understanding tax administration in Lagos State and the complex nature of Nigerian tax law? Do you know what agency or tier of government collects the various types of taxes? Have you ever found yourself asking any of these questions? Join us for your favorite program, The Tax Talk, your infotainment program.
If you're just tuning, let me quickly bring you up to speed. Today, we are looking at understanding Lagos State revenue and benefits, how everyone can help. Our guest is the Special Advisor to the Governor on Taxation and Revenue, Mr. Opeyemi Ogungbo. Thanks for your patience, sir.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the next set of questions. Given the state government's pursuit of generating more revenue this year, it's reasonable to anticipate additional benefits for residents. Can you give insights into the new initiatives and projects the government has planned for residents this year?
Thank you. One of the key things that you expect is that security. Lagos is particular about securing the lives of and property in Lagos. And you should also expect our Fourth Mainland Bridge. We're going to do a groundbreaking for this Fourth Mainland Bridge, and which is audacious and deliberate, because you're talking about the 21st century mega city as Lagos. So you'll be looking at a lot of infrastructure. We are establishing the international airport in the Lekki corridor. So we are having, establishing a lot of food hubs, additional hubs, to complement what we currently have. And health services, like we've said. And one of the greatest expectations should be around agriculture, securing food for our people. So you expect the biggest food hub, logistic hub in Ekpe corridor of the state. So which means that we can be off-takers to food around the country, where foods are coming to Lagos are off-take by Lagos State, and for the purpose of the the end buyers of the foods.
That's certainly awesome, and we are expecting that in the nearest future. How is Lagos State currently addressing recycling initiatives? Is there consideration for turning it into a potential revenue source while simultaneously addressing environmental hazards?
This has been a conversation around for a while, and that is turning waste to wealth. And one of the major milestones that we have achieved in the recent times is the signing MOU with the Ghanaian-based company Jospong in order to establish this massive industry for transforming our waste to wealth. And it's one of the green initiative of the state to actually ensure that our environment is serene and habitable.
Given the impending projects like the Lekki Airport and others, there's a potential surge in visitors and business activities anticipated in Lagos. In light of this, what is your recommendation to fostering an environment conducive to investments and enhancing sectors such as tourism to augment revenue generation for the state?
Recently, we're in London to promote investment opportunity for Lagos, where a lot of investors are now showing their intention to partner with Lagos. We also promote creative environment where entertainment industry and that of creative industry are now bringing innovative ideas to bring about very audacious invention to encourage others, and also the promotion of tourism. Deliberate promotion of tourism in Lagos is also one of the things to encourage investors and making sure that the environment is safe for all. So these are areas that we're looking at the current time in the recent.
Safety is key, definitely. As the advisor to the governor, do you have any plans to educate residents on the importance of revenue generation and its benefits for the states?
Yes, you can only but encourage the payers and to encourage those that are recalcitrant, that are doing more harms to the system. And one of the areas that we can do that is one of the fantastic platform that LRS has provided in the Tax Talk program, and including other areas that we have thought of engaging group by group, sector by sector, and also providing a system that allows for seamless integration with the populace, which is the artificial intelligence that we're launching very soon. Mr. Governor has graciously approved the first of its kind revenue artificial intelligence bot, where residents and payers are seamlessly communicating with the people and even clarifying areas that are very not clear to them in making their civic responsibility. So we're using different approach to ensure that we engage the citizens in different ways and different fora.
Are you thinking of a one-stop shop for residents where they can carry out their business with the state government?
Yes, one of the areas is we're launching this artificial intelligence board, and the purpose is to harness all points where we have 24/7 responses to, because you can only assist the payers when the little that want to fulfill their obligations is unheard of and is unacceptable, even from the standpoint of Mr. Governor, that should you allow payers that willingly want to pay to go through any form of stress. So we're looking at how to have one-stop shop for the payers in Lagos State, like we have for e-tax. Anybody that has to do anything to do with taxes, you have a one-stop shop in e-tax that you can go to. So as to we're doing for non-tax revenue as well.
Again, Mr. Opeyemi Ogungbo, allow me to reiterate that having you here has been an absolute delight. And from all of us at the Tax Talk, we wish you the best as you discharge your duties.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Mr. Opeyemi Ogungbo, Special Advisor to the Governor on Taxation and Revenue, helped us with understanding Lagos State revenue and benefits, how everyone can help. The Tax Talk continues as soon as we get back.
Hello, sir. Good evening. How may I assist you?
I made a reservation for a room. My name is Ahmad.
Excellent, Mr. Amodu. A moment, please. You made a reservation for our deluxe suite for 2 nights. That will be 150,000 naira, sir. How would you like to make payment? Cash or card?
Card.
Okay. Thank you. Savings or current, sir?
Current.
Your PIN, please.
Thank you. You don't charge 5% consumption tax here.
No, sir. We don't do that.
Really? You're running a hospitality business and you're not charging 5% consumption tax?
No.
Hold on a minute. Hey, bro.
Alpha.
Yeah, I'm at an apartment in Ogba, and the receipt issued to me did not reflect the payment or deduction of consumption tax.
Oh, really? Thanks for the heads up. I will send a team to investigate.
I mean, they should be penalized.
Attention, all service apartment owners and operators in the hospitality business in Lagos State must charge and remit consumption tax to LIRS. Failure to comply is a contravention of the extant provisions in Section 9 of the HORC Law 2009, which attracts penalties as stipulated in Section 10 and 11 of the same law. Stay on the right side of the law.
It's still the Tax Talk, and we are active on virtually all social media platforms as well as YouTube. Give us a follow, subscribe, and engage with our content. Repetition is the key to learning. That's why I suggest you look up our content. Up next, Tax Did It. Lagos, they say, is for show. If you've been following the Tax Talk, you will know that Lagos is not for show only. Our man takes the streets again for Tax Your Brain.
Hello, lovely people. It's your girl, Helen Kalu. Welcome to Tax Your Brain on the Tax Talk, and stay with us.
Lagos Waste Management Authority, LOMA.
Lagos Waste Management Authority.
LOMA. It's a LOMA, Lagos State Waste Management Authority, if I'm not mistaken.
Lagos State Waste Management Authority.
We've come to the end of Tax Your Brain on the Tax Talk. My name is Helen. See you next time.
I'm afraid that's all we can take on the Tax Talk today. Kudos to our guests for the day. We'll be back next week with another edition for your viewing and learning pleasure on the same station at the same time. I am Oyinlola Sale, and I'll see you next week.